Clozapine is the generic name for an atypical antipsychotic which is used for treatment-resistant schizophrenics. A psychiatrist will not put a patient on clozapine until they've been tried on at least 2 other types of medication. In my own case, I couldn't tolerate the side effects of olanzapine or Clopixel, so I was put on clozapine. It's a drug which was developed by Sandoz Pharmaceuticals. It was marketed from 1975 onwards, quite a long time before I was born. The dose can range from anywhere from 300 milligrams to 900 milligrams, although I've met people that have been put on more. It's an extremely dangerous fucking drug. If you do take the drug regularly, you're going to get side effects. You're going to be sleeping more. You're going to be sleeping probably at least 11 hours a day. You cannot take the drug first thing in the morning. If you take any more than 100 milligrams of clozapine first thing in the morning, you won't be able to function. You won't be able to do anything. The other side effects include hypersalivation, which basically means if you don't have lots of pillows when you sleep, you're going to wake up halfway through the night choking on your own saliva. The other side effect is about 3 hours after taking the drug, you have to crawl out of your bed, spaced out of your tiny mind, just to go and take a wee in the middle of the night, unless you're wearing a catheter. Clozapine's going to make you eat loads. It's going to make you eat loads. And believe me, I'm covered in the fucking stretch marks because of that stuff. Because I was put in the clinic on a massive dose of clozapine, encouraged to eat masses and masses of starch, while not being allowed to do my normal exercise routine, which is walking around the woods. Clozapine. And there's a shitload of other side effects. They like to say that clozapine causes something called a granulocytosis in 1 to 2% of patients, which is basically a fancy way of saying it can change your fucking blood group or your blood type. So I have to go and give blood tests every week. I have to go and give a blood test every single week. Okay? Which means I can't really travel where I want to at the moment. I have to give a fucking blood test every week. Which, as far as I'm concerned, is just a way of the particular drug company that markets clozapine as Clozaril, the brand name Clozaril. They've just got another fucking way of making sure it's only them that sell the fucking drug, because it's an old patent that's been up for grabs for years. So they like to basically say, yeah, we have Clozaril patient monitoring service, and therefore it's a lot easier if you let us supply the drug to the patients at about £4 or £5 a tablet. Okay, so you do the math. You do the math. and that's clozapine. And you know the other weird thing about clozapine? When you're lying in bed, you take the drug, it increases your urge to masturbate. It makes you want to tug off. But not only that, after you've had an orgasm, sometimes you'll ejaculate and sometimes you won't. But it causes something called priapism, which means you can't get rid of your erection. And there's a whole load of other side effects that other individuals will experience because they have a different brain chemistry and a different brain makeup to myself. And guess what? The really good thing about clozapine is if you don't take the stuff, you're more crazy than you were in the first place. You need to take clozapine every day for the rest of your fucking life. If you miss it for more than 2 days, you won't be able to sleep, you won't be able to eat, you'll probably go binge drinking like fucking crazy, and you'll be more mad than you were in the first place, which has happened to me, where I've been caught up in police cells, drunk, hungover, sleep deprived, and not allowed my clozapine for 24 hours or whatever it was, the time period they kept me in those police cells for. You know? And then you're back in the police cell, and because you haven't had your meds, you're starting to act a little bit strange because you don't react well to solitary confinement. And because you don't sit there and take your punishment like a good boy and keep your mouth shut, and you spend the whole night long basically screaming, guess where you go after one night in the police cell? Back to the clinic. And then guess what? Once you get back to the clinic, they tell you that because you haven't had your clozapine for 3 days or so, that you have to be retitrated. Which basically means you're in a fucking mental institution and they won't let you have the fucking drug that they've been telling you to take for all these years, because clozapine is such a dangerous drug that you have to be retitrated, which basically means you're not going to get your clozapine, mate, for another 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 days. And what does that mean? That means that when you're in the mental home, you can't fucking sleep anymore. You don't get a wink of sleep for 5 or 6 fucking days. Alright? And then these fucking bastards expect you at 2:30 in the morning, when you haven't slept for 3 days, and all you want is a fucking cigarette. You want to have a cigarette, but no, these stupid psychiatric nurses have to fucking tell you you can't have a cigarette until 6 o'clock in the morning. You can't sleep because you're being retitrated. So basically, I'm in the community, they're telling me to take this fucking drug for the rest of my life. And then when I do get locked up in the clinic, they won't let me have the fucking drug. And that's clozapine. You think that's a good way to spend taxpayers' money? Yeah? I don't think it's a very good way to spend taxpayers' money. Yeah. And not only that, kids, they've got something else up their sleeve as well. Why did you go on Wikipedia and type in clozapine? They've got another little drug up their sleeve called clozapine, which is Clozapine Mark II, which they market as 10 times stronger than Clozapine, but probably twice as safe, because it has DHA clozapine, which is the same chemical, but it's attached to a fatty lipid vector. So basically, the drug gets entirely into your brain, because the fatty lipid vector won't break up unless it passes the blood-brain barrier. Yeah? And that's what they've got up their sleeve. All because they wouldn't switch off the stupid voice in my head, which they could do like that. And the other fucking thing about clozapine I don't like is that it doesn't dissolve inside gin.